Hi everyone, I'm back again. I've got a quick comparison video here between the Moto G and the Galaxy S4 Mini. These are two excellent mid-rangers. The Moto G is well established as being probably the best value for money right now, and the Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini has been coming down in price, probably in anticipation of the next Galaxy S5 Mini. They both offer good performance for the price. There's no lags or slowdowns. Everything opens quickly. The screens are good on both of them, very legible outdoors. It depends on your own preference as to what type of screen technology you like, but I don't think anyone would be disappointed with the screen viewing angles, which are very good on both of them, as well as legibility in sunlight. With the Samsung you have the option of making the screen more realistic under the settings, which make it a bit more customizable based upon your preferences. So you can make it less bright, for example, to make it more like the LCD display of the Moto G. I think the Moto G has slightly higher pixel density, but with screens this size you're not really going to notice that. In regards to the specifications, they both not top of the range obviously, but they'll get the job done. The Moto G has a quad-core A7 clocked at 1.2 GHz Snapdragon 400, and the Samsung has A9 S4 clocked at 1.7 GHz dual-core. So in reality, the Galaxy S4 Mini should provide slightly faster performance, because of the architecture of it being a bit more powerful, A9 versus A7, and this is reflected on some benchmarking apps that I've ran on the devices, which show that the S4 Mini scores about 2,000 points higher. Obviously, to the day-to-day user, they're not going to really notice that. They're both very quick to do things. They load pages about the same, so I don't think you should read too much into the official benchmark performances and things, but it is interesting to see how a newer processor doesn't perform as fast as an older one. But obviously, because it is a newer processor on the Moto G, it's going to be more efficient with the battery, and because it is quad core as well, if you're doing a lot of stuff it may handle that a little bit better. But performance on both devices is relatively fast, and you're not going to have any issues with it. In regards to talking about battery life, I've found that they're both decent. They're both going to get you through a day. I'd say that the battery life on the Moto G is better, as I said before, because of the newer architecture of the CPU. It can easily go two days with moderate to heavy usage, whereas the Samsung will get you through a day of moderate to heavy usage, but then may need a charge midday on the next day. So we're not going to have any battery issues with both of them, and obviously you can swap out the battery on the S4 Mini, so that gives a little bit of a bit more usability there if you're out and about. In regards to the cameras, they're a bit different on each device. The Moto G has quite a basic camera. It's been highlighted as being a weakness of the device. It's probably not the best phone to get if you're looking to do a lot of photography. I'd say that it takes pictures which are decent and get the job done, but they're not going to win any awards. but the camera on the Galaxy S4 Mini offers a lot more options in terms of customizability. You can set different modes based upon the scene, and it's 8 megapixel as well, as opposed to 5 megapixel. So if you're looking for a camera phone, then I think the Galaxy S4 Mini is a better choice. In regards to the storage, the Galaxy S4 Mini has 8 gigabytes internal with the micro SD for expandability, and the Moto G has just 8 gigs fixed, or you can get the 16 gig model, which is a bit more expensive. If you store a lot of stuff, then it's probably worthwhile to invest a little bit more. But obviously the Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini is a bit better in terms of allowing you to expand the storage. In regards to the software on the Moto G is the latest KitKat software, and it should also get the newest version of KitKat, which is due to be released soon. That's Android 4.4.3. So I think the software on the Moto G will be quicker to be updated than the Galaxy S4 Mini, and the one that I'm on at the moment has an older version of Android. So it could be updated on other models, as I've said before, but I think that it depends on what your carrier's schedule is rolling out the latest software. So I don't think it's affects the actual performance of the device. So it still feels very snappy, even though it doesn't have Project Svelte that KitKat has on the Moto G. But if you're looking for the latest software, then I think the Moto G takes that one. In regards to connectivity, the S4 Mini offers more options. It allows you to connect to 4G LTE networks, and it also has NFC as well. It also has a whole load of Samsung value-added stuff, such as S-Beam, Smart Stay, which allows the screen to stay on when you're looking at it. It's obviously got quite a lot of stuff, whereas the Moto G is quite thin on the ground in terms of expandability, because they've tried to keep it as stock as possible, and there's no 4G or NFC. So if you like those things, then probably best to look elsewhere. But I've not missed it using the Moto G, and I think that it also helps improve the battery life. Yeah, it is a difference between them. But I think overall they're both very good mid-ranges, and they show how far phones have come along nowadays. I think 2 years ago these two would be considered high-end, but whichever the user chooses, I don't think they're going to be disappointed, really. And I think the line between the mid-range and the high-end phone seems to continue to blur. So this has been a review of the two phones, a comparison review. I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.